All right, warriors, check this out. Before we get started, we're going to do a breathing exercise, 5 seconds, 5 Mississippis. And what we want to do is just make some space. Look, you got a lot going on in your head. The emotional roller coaster is unlike no other. But one thing we do know as logical thinkers, with the occasional brain fart, we come back and we reorganize. We reorganize our thoughts and we start to make better sense. What I'm trying to do is get you to do that before you react. It's that emotional, explosive reaction that narcissists are banking on so that you make the wrong decisions. There's a higher chance that during impulsive decisions that you're going to live in woulda, shoulda, coulda. And this is what we're trying to prevent. This is where 5 seconds during duress, that pause, gets you back to re-engage with your logical side. And it's not that you're ignoring emotion and feelings. You don't want to do that. It's human nature, but it has its place, and it's not at the forefront making the decisions. Warriors, 5 seconds. Let's do this together. Do a breathing exercise. It's not going to take long. And for those of you new to the channel, if you want to fast forward through that, that's on you. But I'm going to tell you this much. It is the fundamental foundation in which is taught even in our greatest militaries. Because under duress, they don't need you to experience what we call shell shock, buck fever, where you freeze up and do nothing at all. 5 seconds is going to get us to a logical place too, where we can make sense and detangle some of this crap. And hopefully I'll say something or share something with you to give you your own aha moment. And you're able now to have a stronger boundary. See, many of you have boundaries, but they're not enforced because you have no idea. It's just a buzzword. Little by little though, as narcissists are provoking you, you're grabbing that brick and stacking it up. Because now you know what you're guarding yourself against. We're identifying the trademarks of narcissism. 5 seconds. Let's do this together, warriors. Come on. Release slowly. All right. Now, be sure and shake that shit off. They don't belong to you. Oh, today's coffee day, y'all. I had me a long night. An awesome night, but nonetheless, Chico got to wake up and get some motivation. All right, check this out. Narcissists right now are trying to normalize infidelity. And in doing so, because through exposure, eventually it dilutes your moral compass. And you reach a point too where you go, you know what? I don't care what the hell you do that behind closed doors, whatever the hell you want to do, don't bother me. So long as you don't come to me with that shit, right? But what you don't understand is, because of that passive disposition and not keeping people in check, no shaming, and what's happening is they're making it into the mainstream now because they're not being heard. Now, they are causing destruction unlike no other. They're going into corporate America with their ideals. Somehow, they're able to penetrate those boundaries of logic and market, and they're causing companies that have been in existence for hundreds of years or 20 years with their ideals and destroying these companies. This ideology has also trickled into the school system, government, and get this, relationships. Open relationships are narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths, and borderlines that group together because they ran out of options, and they're trying to make it look like it's fun to do it their way. Which you don't realize, behind closed doors, they don't get along. It's a facade so that the public looks like they're having a grand time. But behind closed doors, it's a war. It's a battle zone. It's mutual combat. And the reason why is because they know now they're stuck with each other and they live in resentment. So anyone trying to sell you on open relationships, understand something. It's not a new idea. It's something they've been doing. They just want to test the waters with you. Are you as toxic as they are? Because now what they're shopping for is a glorified roommate with the occasional friends with benefit. And because hard times are coming, believe me, they're under financial duress. They need roommates. When narcissists have burned all their options, warriors, all they can settle for is their own kind. When narcissism reveals itself, what I need you to start understanding is stop giving them the human traits of normalcy and empathy that you have. Because when you do that, you start to excuse disrespect. And this is why you've been taken advantage of. When you get the hell out of their way, they have no other choice but to settle for their own kind and live in resentment. But get this, they will cull themselves out. I need you to get out of the way so you're not breeding with incompetence. Warriors, the borderline is no joke. And I'm going to give you an idea of the transitional cycle of the borderline and how that operates. Sociopaths, psychopaths, narcissists, all about the same. Let me put my intelligenterist glasses on. The way you're treated is, it goes this way. And many of y'all, you're going to start seeing the transition. And I'll highlight it for you, okay? So that you can see where it goes from praise to knocking you off your throne to utter destruction, to split personality. This is how it goes. They treat you like a god, like their savior, like the most important person in their lives, like a precious stone, a precious diamond, like you're the only one in the world that understands them. A soulmate, a twin flame, like you were married in a different lifetime. You treat them like they always wanted to be treated. You are the very air in their lungs. Like you're theirs and theirs alone. And then the possessive side. Like they own every part of you. Then you trigger. You say something. I don't know, maybe you farted. And they go from like you hurt them in ways that no one else could have hurt them. And now you're just like one of those people. Like you lied to them. Like you're gonna leave them, abandon them. Now you're wanting to deregulate them or dysregulate them. You no longer make sense to them. They can't stand the same air you breathe. They feel like you changed. And now you're asking too much. Now your boundaries are overbearing, controlling. You're wrong and they're right. They feel like you're a total stranger to them. Now, if they secure your replacement or they want to punish you in the harem, now you mean nothing to them. Now they treat you like the third party. Now you're the nuisance. Like you have a disease. And now they treat you like you fucking never even mattered. Warriors, the danger in this is we don't know at what cycle of psychopathy that the psychopath, sociopath, or borderline or narcissist is in. You don't know that possibly the harem closet is empty and they were just playing poker. When you exit, you and you alone know what the toxic narcissist is capable of, because they've breadcrumbed you with pieces, parts, and they've projected their confessions. Well, many of you may not know this, but I'm probably fixing to open your damn eyes to something. Many of you don't know that in the intelligence community, in the U.S. anyway, that narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths are recruited, sought after and recruited, because they have a high sense of hypervigilance of their surroundings. And it's probably because in their life cycle, they burn so many fucking bridges, they need to be aware. They need to have situational awareness. Properly trained, though, sociopaths, psychopaths, and narcissists, because they lack emotion, are able to do many things that you and I aren't capable of. Or you would second guess it. I'll give you an example. The CIA is doing some recruiting, right? They bring 3 candidates. And the first candidate comes in, they hand them a gun. They say, you're going to walk through that door and we need you to pull the trigger. Do you still want the job? Yes, I need the job. I'll do it. Whatever you ask of me. They hand him the gun, he opens the door, comes back out, said, man, I couldn't do it. Why? They said, well, that was my wife in there. I just can't do it. So asked him to leave. Second guy comes in, they hand him the gun, told him the same thing. These are your marching orders. This is part of your test. You march in that door and you do the job. Guy walks in, comes back out, looks down, hands a gun back to the agent, says, man, this isn't for me. I'm not cut out to do it. Third guy, they hand him the gun. They said, this is your objective. We need you to go in there, and we need you to put a bullet in the head of the person that's in that office. Guy walks in, you hear pow, 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 pow. And then you hear, damn it, and a bunch of crashing, just yelling, screaming, and then finally, guy opens the door, hands him the gun. The agent says, man, what the hell? The guy looks at him and says, hey, I don't know if you know this, but there were blanks in the gun. So I grabbed the chair and beat the shit out of her. Warriors, this is why it's a danger for you to place empathy on something that is devoid of empathy. When narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths, or borderlines have a choice to make, you are disposable and replaceable. Something I want to talk to you about that's been freaking me out. Not to go off topic or anything, but holy shit, man. I don't know what to think anymore. Look, I saw the news the other day. Somewhere in Texas, 15,000 cow just exploded. Just exploded. That's all the news said. These cows, 15,000 cow, or a little more. Spontaneous combustion, friends. Never heard of it in my whole life. I don't know what to think. I mean, should we be concerned now if we see a cow and it's just going to blow the fuck up? Should I be afraid that I may have just eaten my last ribeye and I might just fart and explode? Warriors, news is full of, they call it misinformation, disinformation. I call them half-truths. They need to report, but not everything. They don't want to incite panic and still want to control the masses. Since when in the history of mankind have we ever saw any animal just explode on its own, grazing out in the pasture? And just a chain of event. One blows up and they all blow up. Careful what you feed your mind, warriors. And the reason I say that is this. You've got self-proclaimed and diagnosed sociopaths, psychopaths, and narcissists making content. Breadcrumbing you with half-truths to dilute your mind in accepting that we are people too, and using your empathy to embrace the so-called information that they're giving you for healing, as if it makes sense to go back to the ones that tried to destroy you to build you up. Trying to make you believe that cows just fucking explode. Gaslighting at its best. Oh shit, don't listen to me. You just got trust issues. Warriors, get out there and fucking own it. You got this shit. You're numero uno. You're nobody's bitch. And this is why it's so important that you use your own discernment. You see, what narcissists hate about you is you're able to think your way out. Narcissists seek Dumb and Dumber for advice, and anything that doesn't agree with their narrative, they just go and keep asking until they find someone that's on their side. In order for you to grow is to get off that fucking couch and observe and start believing what you see, because you can't unsee what you've already seen. But what I need you to do is understand that as soon as you start seeing these same patterns of behavior in others, the quicker your remedy comes in, because now it dissolves the rumination of you thinking this one special dumbass, the one that handed you your ass, is unique. The minute you start figuring out, no, this dumb fuck is just like all the other cows out in the pasture, the quicker you're going to be able to realize it's time to fix your picker. Look, you took a L, but at the end of the day, their rejection is your protection. Warriors, feed your minds right. And when you hear anyone confess, walk away. It's never goodbye, Warriors. Thanks for your support. Les mando bendiciones y abrazos. Blessings and hugs, Warriors. Know who to share with. Who might that be? People that are working on themselves, investing on themselves, and have measurable lifestyle changes. Not speaking it, but by actions. Oh, Chico, but they can fake it. How long? You want to know what a champion looks like? Every now and again, I need you to look in the fucking mirror. What you see in your reflection is exactly what narcissists are looking for. Your kind. It's never goodbye, Warriors. Always until next time. Have a badass day. Namaste.
Jesse, what are you doing today?
We're gonna skydive today.
We're gonna
Leap of faith.
Leap of faith. Hey, that's what this is.
Doing it for the tribe, the warrior tribe.
Do you know how high we're going? Did they tell you?
14,500.
Close. 14,500 feet. Yep. And then we're going to be falling at
a high rate of speed.
Very fast. We're going to be falling very fast. We're going to be falling at 120 miles an hour.
Sweet.
Have you ever gone that fast before?
No, I have not.
Okay. Are you ready to go that fast?
I'm ready.
Okay.
We're going to do it today. You got my back.
Yep. Oh, I'm gonna get your face, but you know your TI will have your back.
All right.
What made you want to skydive? What brought you here today?
Facing fear.
Yeah? Are you afraid of heights?
Facing fear head on. No.
No.
I'm afraid of not trying new opportunities.
There you go.
I'm afraid of living in the woulda, shoulda, coulda, and I'm not going to do it. Lead and live by example.
There you go. You heard it here first from Jesse. All right, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Woo!
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun